Welcome back all you kings, queens, and in-betweens to another video here on the channel, and today we are going to be departing from our normal structure of should you watch videos during the seasonal anime season, and I am going to be talking about a anime universe that I am the most passionate about and the thing that I probably know the most about, and that is the Naruto/Boruto universe. I don't know how many of you are following Boruto as it comes out, but it is the thing that I wait every month for, on or around the 20th of every month, and today Boruto Chapter 5 dropped and I wanted to talk about it. There are certainly other channels out there that you can find spoiler reviews for the chapters before they come out, but I am going to always wait until the chapter comes out officially because I want all that sweet context, and I actually want to know what the words are rather than what the prediction of the words are or the slight translation of the words are. So in this video I'm going to be kind of recapping what happened in the chapter and then giving you my thoughts on the current state of Boruto. We start off about a year into the time jump in between when Boruto left the village and when Boruto returned to the village, and we see Sasuke and Boruto training. Boruto needling Sasuke a bit about the fact that he has already mastered the Uchiha style in just a year, but immediately backpedaling because he doesn't want to upset Sasuke. Sasuke goes on to talk about how Boruto reminds him a lot of Naruto, and where some of the channels that were just working off of the fan translations and spoilers were saying that it was because they look similar, this is not what Sasuke is saying. He's saying that he's a lot like him in general, and the whole hair and facial features and everything doesn't have to do with it, but the determination in his eyes. We see further confirmation that Omnipotence did work on him because he's saying it no longer matters to me who you really are, meaning that he is still fighting his memories. And then we jump immediately to the fight with Code. Code is flanked by Claw Grimes, and it doesn't seem like this fight is going the way that they want it to go, and Sasuke makes Boruto run away, charging headfirst into certain demise here to make sure that Boruto can get away. Hard cut to Sasuke as a tree. There's a sword sticking out there. Boruto needs a sword, yoinks that sword, and then a cool cut to what Boruto looks like in the present day. We then jump back to Konoha, where we're getting to see Team 10 reacting to Moegi getting absorbed into the tree. Most of the speculation around who the jester-looking Clawgrime was, and a lot of people thought it was Moegi, and this is confirmed here. We have immediately a panel-to-panel comparison between the two of them, just in case you were still hanging on to any other theories that you might want to hang on to. Konohamaru looks like he's going to be taking his rightful place atop Team 10, which he should be there because he's a Saratobi, they always train the Team 10, the Inochikashou team. The next several pages are probably the most important of the chapter, and that is the conversation between the different Claw Grimes that have awakened. They go through and identify the person that they are trying to devour. Deep down inside, they have this feeling that they want to devour one person, and that is becoming their purpose. The leader of these Claw Grimes, I'm going to call them egos, talks about how they're evolving differently than usual. This is another thing that a lot of channels that were just going off the spoilers were kind of getting wrong, because a lot of the fan translations said that Naruto was the one who was evolving, but that's not what the leader here is saying. He's saying that they're evolving differently, and that's what's leading to this desire to eat a specific person that's tied to them. Wait for the context, everybody. The leader of the egos, who is probably Jigen, or at least based on Jigen/Ishiki, says that he wants to devour Naruto, which is weird because Naruto's not an Otsutsuki, but they're going in a different direction. They're not necessarily all centered around trying to eat an Otsutsuki so the ego body can become a divine tree. I think that that is looked on by them as some sort of death where they might cease to exist and no longer have this individuality that's woken up in them. The Moegi ego says that she wants to devour Konohamaru, and now we're getting a staging ground for this battle between the new Team 10 led by Konohamaru and the Moegi ego. This whole conversation is being watched by Eida through her omniscience power, and this watching is noticed by the Bug ego. We don't know if this is just a power that the egos have, or this is because Bug is linked to Eida, because Eida is the one that Bug wants to devour. And he lets lets her know this. She's obviously a bit out of sorts by the fact that somebody actually noticed her watching, which this is the first time we've ever seen this happen. The Sasuke ego does some deliberation and then settles on the fact that Sarada, his daughter, is the one that he wants to devour. The fact that there's this deliberation back and forth is a little strange because Sasuke was devoured by the divine tree a while ago, considering Moegi's consciousness was just added and the jester kind of clicked with this stuff a lot quicker. So this could be implying that the willpower of Sasuke is allowing this ego version of himself to fight it a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what this means, but we now have a setup for a showdown between the ego version of Sasuke and Sarada. We also have names for all the egos now, which is interesting. Moving from this important conversation to another important conversation, we have the conversation between Amado and Sumire, where they're talking about Boruto and Kawaki. The interesting thing here is we're seeing Amado is able to make connections where one of the smartest people in the verse, Shikamaru, is not able to, and he seems to be blindly following his memories where Amado is putting together puzzle pieces, where in reality he rebuilt Kawaki's karma marking to hold the soul and all of the data of his daughter. He has distinct memories where he in fact did that to Boruto's karma marking, and we see a flashback from Sumire's perspective of him talking about doing it to Kawaki and then him talking about doing it to Boruto, but he recognizes that Kawaki is the one who has all of the modifications, the ninja tool modifications that he would have made, and he recognizes that karma marking as his handiwork, as the thing that he would have embedded his daughter's data and soul into. So he's put together these pieces, and it's taking overhearing this conversation to have any kind of inkling going to Shikamaru that all of the mountains of physical evidence are actually correct and it's their memories that have been modified. They even lampshade the fact that there are pictures of Boruto with Naruto and his family, and they just somehow explain it away. But now that this conversation is being recorded by Sai and relayed to Shikamaru, maybe we'll see a turning around of the village towards Boruto. And that leads into the final part of the chapter, which is the thing that's got everybody buzzing. Sarada and Sumire are talking about the state of the village, about everything going on with Boruto, the family photo, and the fact that Sasuke believed her and decided to train Boruto. And then who shows up but Boruto? And we get the big hug between Sarada and Boruto. Yes, it's probably going to happen that Sarada and Boruto get together by the end of the series. It's being set up. It's the logical conclusion. But this whole Naruto x Sarada confirmed thing because they hugged, I mean, they're still friends. They're classmates. They've known each other for their entire lives. So them hugging is not this huge romantic gesture, even though I assume that that's probably the path that they're going to eventually go. I just think it's a little ridiculous and clickbaity, the whole Sarada x Naruto confirmed thing. Sorry, Sumire fans! So that's my recap of the chapter, and now on to my thoughts. Boruto has been releasing banger after banger since it came back for Two Blue Vortex. It left off at a high note at the end of the original Boruto series and then has done nothing but have amazing chapters ever since it came back. Honestly, Boruto, towards the end of the last series and towards the beginning of this series, is honestly up there with anything that Naruto has done in terms of the manga or the anime. The character development is amazing. I like the storyline where it's going. I like the villains, how they've been introduced. I love how Boruto came in and no-diffed Code, but we still see Code's power because going up against Sasuke, who was one of the previously most powerful people in the verse, Sasuke can't win that fight, and that's before the claw grinds were awakening. I love the fact that Boruto has gone back to its taijutsu and kenjutsu roots, so hopefully we'll be moving away from the giant mech battles that were happening at the end of Naruto, and I'm anticipating every single chapter before it comes out, which is something that I wasn't doing towards Naruto at the end. There are a lot of haters out there for Boruto, but I don't see what they're talking about because I think this series is amazing and you should jump on board. If you like what you saw here today, please let me know. I might be doing more Boruto content going forward. This is the verse that I love the most. Comment down below, let me know. Are you reading Boruto? Did you watch the anime and you're waiting for it to get animated before you start jumping back in? Were you a big Naruto fan and you were hearing that Boruto was terrible so you weren't following it? Let me know and let's have a dialogue. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content going forward, and subscribe to the King's Entertainment Reviews family of channels, which are all shown right here. Ring that bell so you know what's up. We'll catch you in the next one.